Hello everyone and welcome back to another game between 19 and sixjaxDDE here for the LPS Last Player Standing StarCraft 2 Open number 2. My name is Copo and today we're going to be watching 19, as I do believe I said earlier, spawning as the red Protoss in the right hand spawning position, and DDE spawning as the blue Terran in the left hand spawning position. This is game 2 between these guys. sixjaxDDE did manage to take that first game. He is currently up 1-0 in the best of 3 in the round of 16 for this particular tournament. He did manage to secure that win through basically holding off 19's early aggression. sixjaxDDE did go for that fast expansion on GSL Crevasse, so he did manage to secure that early economic advantage, but he was able to also very nicely fend off the early 3-gate Robo Blink Stalker pressure put on by 19, and then eventually pushed to win it in the mid game with that 3-base push, I guess. I couldn't really call it a timing push, but he did push on 3-base. Also very nice macro on the part of DDE there to be able to pull that win out. So we should see exactly what 19 does to try and win this game and put it to a game 3. I can't really predict. We have seen basically everything on this map so far from the games I've casted. We have seen early expansions. We have seen basically all-ins through Marine SCV on the Terran's part. We have seen fast expansions by the Terran. This map is actually very well balanced and therefore makes a lot of things viable. It's actually quite interesting, the variety of strategies you can see on this map, being GSL dual side of course, which has the nice graphics in the middle. Between fire, roasted ground, and nice grassy ground. Yeah, we're going to leave it at that. So again, wide variety of strategies here that can be employed. We'll see exactly what these players decide to go for. Looks like a standard opening from our Protoss player 19, as well as a fairly standard opening from CDE as well. Looks like just a typical 12 racks, 13 refinery, as well as I'll assume a 15 orbital command. Along with that 16 marine follow-up, this assembler is finished currently by 19. We'll likely be saturating that as well as dropping a 16 pylon. Again, we're going to commentate the stuff that happens in every game because that's exactly how we need to try and fill time. Not a whole lot else to talk about really. SCV Scout moving across the map, trying to see what he can see. He's not going to see much out of the ordinary, as a matter of fact. He's actually going to see pretty much squad. He's going to see one gas up, which actually, the fact that there's no early second gas tells him a little bit of stuff. Actually, that's quite nice. You see a gas steal going on here by 19, trying to deny any sort of an early tech rush by the Terran player to form a Banshees or maybe some early Marauders at second gas. Is basically required for the Terran to do any sort of fast teching, as is for any race, so the attempt to deny that is quite cute. Not something we see too often. Second simulator being dropped by 19 fairly early. We'll see if maybe that indicates something. It's obviously not going to be a 1-gas 4-gate all-in, as that is not very common against Terran. Basically only used in a PvP matchup. We just see Warp Gate being chroma boosted out as this SCV is fully aware of everything going on. Both gases saturated nicely for 19. This SCV is going to turn around and go back home. So this Marine continues to work away at this simulator. It actually takes him quite a while to kill that, as people can complain about Marines' insane DPS, but when there's only one of them, it actually doesn't do a whole lot. Reactor is down on that barracks for DDE, as well as the command center being dropped here on the high ground. Bunker going down here at the front of his ramps, trying to defend against some aggression. As he is doing basically just a 1-racks reactor. Fast expansion. We do see this Nexus going up for 19. A bit of a ninja Nexus. He's going at his natural third, so it's not deciding to expand at his natural. He's going to try and maybe psych the Terran player out a little bit on that one. Marine's still working away at the simulator, which will go down quite quickly and allow DDE to take that second gas. Again, this choice of expansion, very, very interesting. I don't know, he obviously just wants to make DDE unaware of that base. Maybe force DDE to build offensive units in the thinking lines. Where am I going with this? Hoping that he's thinking along the lines that there will be aggression coming. He does not spot the expansion, but actually this SCV might have come across it. It did manage to see that Nexus, so we will be fully aware of that ninja expansion. That won't work for 19 at all. He's dropping the proxy pylon down at the Terran's third base, natural third base, as his command center is almost completed and will be lifted off. Factory is going down for DDE, almost completed, so no more barracks being added on as of yet. Just that reactor barracks, training out some Marines. You see this one stalker trying to poke up here, but he's going to find a bunker fully loaded with Marines that is not going to be of any help to him at all. 3 gateways down in total for 19, who is going to be putting on probably no pressure actually with that. He did try and drop his expansion ninjally. It was seen, however, so that kind of denies the whole element of surprise factor. Although it is nice to see him getting a little bit creative, trying to do something to get himself back in the series. Obviously he did lose the first game, so he's trying to maybe be sneaky and try and take out a win on DDE, who might not be paying full attention. He might be a little bit too confident. Might not have scouted this place. However, 19's rationale was good, but in practice it didn't work out so well, as DDE was very alert with that SCV. and did manage to spot this expansion. 4 Stalkers are going to poke up here. They're going to run into that bunker, and they're going to be forced to turn right back home. However, they only took shield damage, so they'll be able to recharge that quickly. 4 Stalkers going to be walking around. Space is now up and is getting some probes out. We just see the chronal boost being used to put out those probes a little bit faster. Tech Lab is down on this factory as well as a tank being pumped out through that. Orbital Command not landed at the low ground yet. He is just using it to build additional SCVs as well as use the energy for the mules. Not a bad decision, although I would like to see this being mined from sometime in the near future. Although as soon as he does decide to drop that to low ground, this pro will be fully aware of what's going on. SCV going to poke out here. He's going to spot the fact that his probe's here. He did salvage his bunker up here, so obviously he's trying to maybe move down with his orbital command as he does start building the bunker on the low ground, following up the salvaged one up top. Nothing too cute out of 19. We do see that robotics facility has completed as well as 2 additional gateways. This is the exact same in terms of unit producing structures that we saw from him last game. We don't see the blink though. We don't see the Twilight Council, I do not believe. So he's not going for that blink stalker play, but he is going 5-gate robo. Probably using that robo to turn out some Colossi, if I was to hazard a guess, from the results of last game, as well as so likely no High Templar tech going down here. You see a tank sieging up in the mineral line for DDE, making itself known that it is fearsome, I guess. Not really a reason to put it in there, but I guess he's not mining from it yet anyways, although he will be as he's moving SCVs down. This robotics facility is turning into Immortal. We don't see a robotics bay down yet, so no Colossi as of yet, although you see these 5 gateways are operational, and you will be able to turn units out through those. No pylon over here though, just I'd like to see a pylon down here in case the Terran decides to be a little bit aggressive and tries to take that base out, so that he will be able to warp in reinforcements, although there is no pylon. See if that comes into play later. Pylon is still down here at the Terran's third, though, preventing him basically from taking that third, as the Protoss could warp in units. Again, not quite at that stage in the game yet. Do see a fairly significant force wandering about the base, checking for any thing that might be going on. Robotics Bay is going down here to kind of form a little bit of choke here. Hopefully the units can still get through, otherwise they have to go the long way around. And therefore we will be seeing some Colossi out of that one robotics facility. We'll see if we see another one dropped to be able to double produce Colossi. He is working off 2 base, so which would give him the income. He is only working off 2 gas, though he doesn't have gas at this second base yet. You see this natural expansion now being taken for his third base. Maybe get some gas up. I would really like to see some gas out of this actually. You see 1 gas being dropped as well as the pylon that I was mentioning earlier, so that will be negated. You see some Hellions moving around here. I don't believe they have Blue Flame. Oh, actually they do have Blue Flame. So Blue Flame was researched when I was not paying attention at all. Check the gold base just to make sure, and they are going to move into this 19's natural expansion, which actually, well, is its third location. They're going to sit here and go to town on these clumped up probes. 19 does try and do a bit of a split to try and minimize the losses, and these Stalkers are going to come in and try and pick off these Hellions, or what they can anyways. Hellions are also known to be quite fast. Very nice probe split here, trying to minimize the damage that Blue Flame can do, which actually is quite a bit of damage. Which also, this third base almost up for 19. Hellions come back to try and do a little bit more damage, but again, these probes are very nicely split, and these Stalkers will be able to take it out with very, very little damage done. Check to see the workers killed there. We just see DDE did kill a fairly substantial number of workers, 23 to the 1 killed by 19, which is obviously probably the scouting SCV or something else like. This barracks is floating over here, just kind of chilling. Obviously, he's not going too heavy into those barracks units, as you see 4 factories down, 2 reactored, 1 with tech labs, so we will see seeing a lot of Blue Flame Hellions, unless he decides to swap these out later, but we don't know that yet. So 3 Hellions are going to start moving across back to the space. See if 19 is going to be prepared for a second time of Blue Flame Hellion attack. Back in 19's base, we do just see the standard stuff. Colossi are being produced, as well as a relatively small army. These Stalkers are going to move to intercept these Hellions. They're going to try and move in to roast some probes, but are actually not going to have a whole lot of success. These Stalkers are doing great amounts of damage against these Hellions. Hellions don't really kill a whole lot when they get killed so quickly. You see only 3 workers taken out and 3 Hellions lost, so that was not a good, very cost-effective trade for DDE to engage in. So Orbital Command is lifting up and will likely be moving on to the third base, although this pylon is here to try and make life a little bit difficult. Those Hellions not on a move, so we won't be able to do any damage against that pylon. So Orbital Command is going to come down here, and these Marines should maybe kill that pylon, then again, maybe not. Maybe they're just going to let it stay there. I don't see why they would, but you never really know. Sensor Tower is going up for DDE, something I've noticed in a lot of his games. He does seem to like to build a Sensor Tower. Very unused building by Terran and very underappreciated. I do believe these Hellions are going to not intercept this Colossi, as they are not on an attack move, but they're going to move right to the mineral line. They're going to start attacking the Nexus. This pylon did go down back at the third base, and they're going to start roasting probes. These probes actually didn't do a very good job of splitting up at all. And this is going to force the main army to come back and try and take care of these Hellions, but they're just going to run right into the main. They'll be able to try and roast these probes here. It's going to go and try and get the best shots off that they can as these probes clump up very, very nicely. These Blue Flame Hellions just absolutely destroy these probes. and they can basically die now. They've basically done their job. Lots of probes killed there. We do have a total of 54 workers killed by DDE. I do believe that means he killed about 28 in that last engagement. We just see another command center being built, or has been built here, as well as a third base, which has been taken, as well as mealed up to the max, which means he's going to get an insane amount of income from that. Income obviously fairly significant here, as the workers, the probes of the Protoss, has been killed quite badly. It's going to force the Protoss player to come across here and try and do some significant damage, as he realizes he's way too behind in income to be able to do a whole lot of damage here. He's going to try and move all in. SCVs are going to be pulled here, try to do what they can. Tanks are sieged up in the back, doing huge amounts of damage. SCVs are going to try and form a bit of a barrier, as these tanks basically take down the Colossi single-handedly. These Marines are going to move in from the back. Meals are going to come in and do absolutely nothing. There's the GG by 19, who wishes sixjaxDDE good luck in the rest of the tournament, and then he leaves the game. Very nice game. We do see sixjaxDDE does take this series 2-0. In the end, 19 did try some sort of an aggression, not an aggressive play, but he was trying to sit back and build up an army. Those Blue Flame Hellions came in and did way too much damage to his economy, so he had to move all in. Obviously that all in did not work, as a Terran player simply out-macroed him, and 19 did end up losing this series, although he did wish his opponent good luck, which was actually a very good-mannered move. So this has been Game 2. DDE does take this series 2-0 in the round of 16 and will advance to the round of 8. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this cast, and I will see you guys later.